hanging out. Uh, just got done hosing down Kay. It's 89 degrees, extremely humid here in Pennsylvania. So I gave her I just turned the hose on and just, you know, got her uh, cooled off a little bit. It gets really steamy, but it's nice and cool in the barn. The fans that they've got really help the horses, and nobody was sweating in the barn, so I was glad about that. Anyway, want to talk a little bit about today's interest, or yesterday's. Was it 3 days ago? No, a couple of days ago when I went on Grok and asked him some questions. Is Pablo Hidalgo still working at Lucasfilm? And yes, he is. And I asked about a few other ones: Matt Martin, I think, Jason Stein, Phil Zastock, or whatever his name is, and Ashley Sharp, and they're all there. Now, one lady named Cherie Coles is gone. But these were like, it was a list that we got from Sparrow back in 2023, in January 2023, and I wanted to go over it. And he did mention Rain Robertson. She's gone. She left a long time ago. But here's the deal. I decided, because I'm one of these people who really wants to feel like if you're going to spend money on something, it better be worth it. And trust me, if I ran Lucasfilm, a lot of stuff that they do would not be happening, because I don't know what it does for the franchises that they run and what good it does for the company. Apparently, last year about this time, according to Grok, Kristen Hidalgo let it be known that she had been laid off. That's Pablo's wife. Now, you got to ask yourself, why wasn't Pablo? Well, he probably begged. He probably played the victim. Kathleen Kennedy, because she had not been announced that she was gone yet, probably went to bat for him. Because if you remember, she actually gave him praises on her way out the door. And I think the only reason why, is because he's Latino, he's the other, and she likes her pets, and he was one of her pets. That's probably the only reason why he still has his job. So, all right, so we're sitting here going, well, what's happening? Well, I tell you, Matt Martin just completely took down all of his social media. Kristen Hidalgo, by the way, is not on social media anymore. She has her accounts. I have my friend that has a Blue Sky account. Go and look. And I know she has one on X. So you can bet your sweet Bippy they're direct messaging each other and spying on, everybody else. Pablo doesn't use X anymore, but he still has an account, which is like, if you're gonna leave, just leave, okay? Just leave, all right? And what else is going on? Phil Szostak, I didn't really see anything with him, but a lot of them that were hot and heavy, and from 2018 to like 2021, are no longer are no longer being public on social media. And hi Kim. So there you go. So we do, like I said in my video, my upload, is we do have a little bit of a victory. I'm going to say this. We think, let's speculate, and I think this is actually from Gina Carano's case, that the Fire Gina Carano hashtag started at Lucasfilm, probably by Pablo or one of the gang. And I'm going to say this. During the hot and heavy Raylo thing of 2018, 2019, Kristen Hidalgo was highly involved with it. Highly involved with, if you remember, Amanda Ward and Molly Damon and all that other garbage, attacking people, getting them banned from X or Twitter, etc. Because how dare they speak bad about poor victimized Ben Solo? You know, it's really interesting to me how these people, well, their ignorance of the original trilogy and everything, and they're still around. If you're on Reddit, they have a Save Ben Solo movie thing. They've got a Raylo subreddit, and it's just as gay as fuck. Okay, just as gay as fuck. All right. But yeah, and Kristen was part of it. She was causing all kinds of trouble, and she was one of those people. My advice to Lucasfilm would have been, if you're gonna fire her, fire him. Okay, because all right, here's the reason. First of all, a lot of us kept receipts, so we are very aware of what he did, what they did, right? We've got receipts from everybody that was, causing trouble. And using Grok, he was basically, trying to be non-biased and basically saying the fans are really rough on him. It's like, yeah, when you call fans racist, homophobe, bigot, sexists, and they're not, you are going to have a problem. And apparently, that was fine. That's fine. Again, these people have kind of left their social media. Pablo can't help it. He has to be on it, and he posted a they posted a well, this is I did this in the video, but I want to talk to you guys about it. So a few weeks ago, I get an email from my friend at a certain government agency, and she was like, "You gotta see this. This is basically kind of illegal what he did." And I posted what he said. I also sent it to Marco Rubio, the king of the visas, President Trump, and Kash Patel. You guys, you've seen it. They're basically, Pablo and his friend are basically talking about how great it would be for a terrorist attack before the World Cup or at the DC celebrations. And, I would think that it would be behoove Pablo to not do that anymore, not talk like that anymore, at least in public. And as far as what he did on X, I'm sure that if Dave Filoni wanted, he could get Elon to give him access to that, because just because you erased it doesn't mean it's off the server, right? And if investigators have access to servers, they can go in there and look at it. The internet is forever, right? If you don't control the server, you're screwed. And as far as I'm concerned, what was said on Blue Sky is at least worthy of, a what the fuck from the people in charge, the FBI And because look, I said this in my video, I'll say it again. When you come to the United States, we want you to come and give everybody a whoever uh when you come here, um you're supposed to become part of society. You come here and you add good things. You don't come here with the intent to destroy, demean, and degrade. And what I've seen from at least the Chilean Canadian import is that he has no intention of doing anything good. No intention. No intention of bringing something of value with him, right? So you got to ask. I you know want to ask why he's still there. I mean, I look. I'm. I will not. This is the reckoning. This isn't revenge. This is the reckoning. And um, entitled monsters like him do not deserve to be protected. You know, you know, is he a naturalized citizen? I don't think so. So anyway, but I did find out at least we got one scalp. Um, and if they're waiting for the contracts to end, fine. But I want to remind you guys that a while back, my friend came back with a Kathy is gone, blah blah blah. Congratulations on your team's whatever. At Lucasfilm, like what? Congratulations on what? I'm pretty sure that if you guys or me or anybody looked at the books for the publishing, they would be awful. It would be awful. Now, here's the deal. The excuse would be, well, no one reads anymore. Not an excuse. Not an excuse. If you do something good, they will come. They will want to read it. If you do something with, Claudia Gray's gay celibate pilot who looks like Matt McConaughey. What? Hey, Dave. It's like, that's weird. That's kind of, goofy. And just the other, here's the thing that absolutely should bother everybody at Disney that has any say. Why is it these people? Why are they so into sexuality to the point where it's like, all the writers that are brought in for Project Luminous, the High Republic, are a bunch of perverts. All right. That is one of the things that really kind of makes you go, what the fuck? And, as, Pablo said, behind the scenes of that podcast, they want to indoctrinate the kids. He said it. Now, if I could ever get on to Itchy Baca's old blog, he had everything he said down verbatim. Right? And I don't think Disney's ever brought that up in anything to any of these people. And it's really weird that they're being protected. Again, unless they're only there to their contracts and then they're gone. That's whatever. And when I look at this, it's like, well, they fired her, and maybe it was okay, I'll take the layoff, whatever. But again, being someone who is kind of budget conscience. Um, if you've got a division that isn't earning you any money, it's actually losing you money, and you've got a division that absolutely has nothing to do with what the company actually stands for, why would you keep them? Why would you keep them the way they are? Right now, local outreach is over. I mean that for not over, but Kristen Hidalgo is not there anymore, so she's not working there. However, when you look at the lack of publishing for the books, it, I don't, that's the thing. Yeah, and Dave's dead weight because it is dead weight. They're not earning any money. They're not. He hasn't said anything, and again, she wiped everything clean. Uh, she in fact had left her uh, X account dormant since they left, but that's clean now too. I mean, there's nothing there anywhere. So there you go. You can't look and see what was actually said. And well, I'm mad at myself because I missed it. I missed it. If this wasn't the this wasn't the one we wanted, but I'm glad to take the scalp. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, um, you know, um, as far it's I put the post from Grok on the video I uploaded, Dave, and it was a year ago now, about maybe later, because usually around August, September, stuff like this starts to happen. Um, but when you've got, like I said, if you got divisions that are pulling their weight, and what do you spend most of your money on? Payroll. You get rid of it. You get rid of it. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to make it a mission for me to follow through with Grok on the list of names of people still there that were, in my opinion, causing trouble for Gina Carano, because I know that that these people that were supposed to be fired and weren't were probably part of that cabal. And who started um, the Fire Gina Carano hashtag? I haven't seen any of the books there lately, and their Star Wars merchandise is dead. I mean, they don't have any anymore. Just the 3 3/4 figures. That's it. We'll see what they get for Christmas, but that's all. Anyway, just wanted to go live because I hadn't been in a while. Talk at you guys later, and I don't know. Um, it is what it is. See you guys around the galaxy.